This video demonstrates the new print order ability available in GrabCAD Print Release 1.111. Now, most people think that as you add parts to your print project, you're setting what the order the parts will be printed in. And in most cases, you're correct. But once you start acting on those trays, whether to move a part on one tray to another tray, to suppress and resume parts, to assemble and disassemble multi-body parts for assembly, you start to change the order in which those parts are going to be printed. And it's very hard once you start making these changes to put it back into an order that you want. So GrabCAD Print has introduced Print Order. I click on this icon over here on the right toolbar, and you can see a window opens and it lists all the parts that are currently on my tray. And it identifies those parts in the model view with a diamond number. And you can see here that by default, GrabCAD Print is working from the center out. So number 1 is in the center, 2 is to its left, 3 is to its right, 4 is below it, 5 is above it. And it works until it fills the tray. Now, I might not want to print in that order, or I may want to print in that order, but now I can change it. So if I want to change it, I can pick on parts in the project panel over here. I can also pick on parts in the model view, and I can pick on parts in the print order list as well. Once I've got them selected, they all appear in this list. I can drag them to the location that I want them to be printed in. You can see as I drag them, the list updates and automatically creates a spot for me to drop them in. It tells me in the upper right corner how many I'm dragging. When I drop it in that location, you can see that occurrences 23, 1, and 19 are now located in the list as print order 9, 10, and 11. Now, if I want to change the order further, I can pick discretely in this list. By picking, I can choose the Shift key, and I can select Arrange. I can use the Control key, which I did in the previous instance, to pick models discretely, and I can use the Shift key again to grab 2 ranges. Once I've selected the set of parts I want to reorder, I can drag them to the point in the list where I want them to be. In this case, I'm going to put these at the top of the list. And now you can see that occurrence number 12 is the first, and occurrence number 24 is the 10th. Now, if I decide I want to go back to square one, so long as I have not saved the result, I can come back here and click the Reset button. And you can see all parts are restored to their previous order. If I were to exit the panel and re-enter it, the order would be the part that I last edited. Now suppose I don't want this tray to print center out, but I want it to print in a zigzag pattern. So I've reset the models to where I want them to be. I'm just going to go and manually order them to the order I want them to be. So 24, I know I want to be the last one. Number 14, I want to be second to last. Number 11, I want to be third. And now I'm just going to go through and reorder the parts on this tray to be the order I actually want them to be printed in. I've completed my reordering. You can see that the order is now 1 through 5, 6 through 10, 11 through 15, 16 through 20, and 21 through 25 in a zigzag pattern. I could reset it to restore it to the previous order, but I'm just going to close the panel and go to Slice Preview. And here I'm going to change the display just to be a single slice because I think it will show neater, and go to a top view. And you can see as I drag the slider along this part, it's going from the top, going across. Now it's going back up, cutting across, coming back, and you can see it's creating the zigzag pattern that I added to the part. Again, this is the new Print Order tool inside of GrabCAD Print Release 1.111. I'm Mike, and thank you very much for your time.